What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Want to thank y'all to watching another episode. Start ugly, but don't you stay ugly. I'm your host, Tez.
Big Marv.
Big Marv, man. It's been another week.
Yeah.
We here again.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be here.
Me too.
Thankful to be here. And thank y'all for watching. Appreciate it very much.
Appreciate it.
So, man, let's start off. Just let people know what we're doing, so they can be aware that we got stuff that's coming soon.
Yeah.
So tell people again for what you're doing, man.
For those of you who didn't see the last episode, I am affiliated with a company called Diamond in the Bag. It's a company that we're basing this product and this idea on women. Mm-hmm. Because oftentimes women are always shoved to the back. So we got a creative idea that we think you all will find interesting as to how we're gonna promote the black woman, the white woman, women in general.
Women in general.
So be on the lookout. I'm gonna share some more information with you guys later. But the name of the company is Diamond in the Bag.
Diamond in the Back. Some rooftop.
Yeah.
Digging in the scene. The gangsta lean.
But got a fashion part to the company. It's got a mentorship part to the company. A couple other things we're gonna be kind of rolling out. But be on the lookout for Diamond in the Bag. Myself and about 4 or 5 partners, we're gonna be coming at you all, so you all can be familiar with our faces and etc. More information, some more good stuff is coming, y'all.
Cool. So what's the inspiration for Diamond in the Back?
Well, my inspiration is because my love for women. You know, my mother, my sisters, my nieces, my female friends, aunties. It's just sad how society always kind of shaded women to the side.
That's true.
I mean, down to what they pay women.
That's
true. For
true.
every dollar men make, women make, 75, 76 cents, something like that.
Something less.
For doing the same damn job.
For doing the same damn
So
job.
in saying that, we just want to try to showcase, not saying that it's not being done.
Right.
We want to kind of bring our own little angle, our own little touch to it, to kind of display women in a more positive light, to kind of give y'all just do.
All right.
So I think y'all can find it interesting. We're going to share some more information.
I've seen some of the work.
He's familiar with some of it.
It's top notch.
Yeah, we coming, y'all.
Definitely. What I do on the side, other than just doing a podcast one time a week, for 1 hour out of 168 hours of the week. No, I'm a coach. I do personal development coaching. I'm actually getting away from calling it personal development because a lot of times you can't measure personal development unless it's been like a year or two where dealing with consistency. But I'm also I'm getting more involved into small business consulting. I'm a public speaker. I'm almost finished with my first book, Winning is an Inside Job, the science on how to get out of your own way. I figured out that there's 5 major reasons why we're stuck in our own way. And I can tell y'all what the 5 major reasons are now, because you know what? You probably stuck right now in your own way and don't even know why you're stuck. So I'm gonna tell you the 5 major reasons why you're stuck. Number 1, fear. Most of us are afraid to do things because we were not raised with high self-esteem.
Yeah.
A lot of us grew up in an environment where we didn't see people who were productive.
Yeah.
And so therefore we become unproductive.
Yeah.
And so we just start, it's just like a cloning facility, of unproductiveness, right? So number 2 reason that most people are stuck in their own way because they are uninspired. Because a lot of times they try to make things about themselves. And a lot of times you can't do something more for yourself, but if you do something more for others, it gives you more inspiration to keep going. So don't make it about you, make it about others, and then you'll stay more inspired. Inspiration means the inner spirit. It doesn't mean, your inspiration comes from you, but you want to stay inspired by giving to others. So the 3rd major reason most people are stuck in their own way is because they're unfocused. They try to do this, they're trying 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 to do this, and then they end up not doing nothing because they don't know what to do first. The number 4 major reason why people are stuck in their own way is because they believe that they are right in the moment. And you can be right in the moment, but you can be right at the wrong time. So it's just like in a science project, they always teach us about you got to test your hypothesis, right? So you could be right. The idea you have can possibly be right. But you're trying to put the cart before the horse. So you're trying to say, well, I'm gonna keep doing the exact same thing over and over and over again, which is insanity according to Einstein. and you're not getting any progress from it because you're too many steps ahead of what you actually should be doing. You need to scale it back, get some people who can see the picture brighter than you can. Because if you're up on the image, you can't really see it.
Yeah.
So you got to step back from the image. You be like,
So you
oh,
get that
the whole
perspective,
picture,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the number 5 reason, and this is the top notch of all of them, why you might be stuck in your own way, is because we cannot accept the truth. The truth. Can't accept it.
And everybody that heard the truth to set you free.
Everyone is hurt. So I'm glad you said that, because that saying comes from out of the Bible, right? Well, the scriptures, whatever we want to talk, whatever you want to call it. So it says the truth will set you free, right? Now, I'm gonna say this. I believe that sentence is incomplete.
Give them the other half.
The sentence is incomplete because to just say the truth will set you free is intellectual. And intellectual, everything has a needle. It's supposed to peak, it's dead, right? When you say the truth will set you free, it's on the dead side of the needle, right? So that's why I say that the sentence is incomplete. It's acting on the truth, which will set us free. When you act, you send a message out to the universe. And the universe will say, that was the right action to take. You are awarded progress. You are awarded advancement. You are awarded freedom. You are awarded promotion. If anyone has ever felt this, you ever been like, you have experienced something where you're like, man, you took one step forward and then it sounded like you felt like you took 2 steps backwards. The reason why that is because we started off on the truth and then we mixed some lie into it. And so the lie naturally brings you back. So if you experiencing that, that means you cannot mix lie with the truth, because you're going to be always 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So that's recession, right? And then when you got people who put lie on top of lie on top of lie on top of lie, that is complete recession, that is depression, and is derailment. So this is what my book is about. It's kind of semi-autobiographical. I got some stories about me in there. The language is rough. I'm just being honest with y'all. The language is rough as hell. But I think that's because we need that.
Probably.
We don't need no more pretty words, man. Pretty words have gotten us nowhere. And so my book is not a pretty book. It's a book to actually help you and show you what to do and how to do it. And if you need some assistance, I'm here to coach you through it. So that's what I'm on. I want to take over the world like Pinky and the Brain. My goal is to dominate the whole quote-unquote personal development field, because I have a lot of passion and I love helping people. So moving on.
Before we move
Go
on,
ahead.
also let me say this. We talk about personal development. I am also affiliated with doing sports. I'm going to be making some more noise in the sports arena because I am a former athlete. I'm still kind of involved. A lot of watching, a lot of coaching from the side. So you're probably going to be hearing more information with me and a group of us doing some coaching.
Okay, that's what we need. We need, as we said before in earlier episodes, that sports is an analogy of life.
Yeah.
You got an obstacle, which is your opponent, unless you're playing golf, which is yourself.
Yeah. But that golf range is your opponent.
That golf, yeah, that's your opponent.
Your ass is going good, yeah.
Yes. So we all run into obstacles in life.
All the time.
Every time. But the thing is, one of the secrets to life that I've learned is that obstacle has a set amount of energy, right? It can't get any more energy. It's whatever it is, it's set. But the more we learn and you learn, the more our energy expands.
Yes.
And how do you learn? You get someone who knows more than you, and then you follow their methodology, but still it's your path. So you still got to bring you to it.
Yeah.
But our energy starts to expand while that thing stays the same.
Yeah.
So eventually what happens, we obliterate the energy that's in front of us. The more we stay with it, right?
And part of that is because you're opening yourself up for more information.
Exactly.
So since you're opening up yourself, you're expanding. So of course that energy that Lynn is speaking of, it starts to expand. You'll find yourself doing some amazing things, and I'm speaking from experience. So look forward to sharing some of that information with you guys as well.
He had many write-ups in the newspaper.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we ain't dealing with no small
that.
fry.
Yeah.
We ain't dealing with no small fries.
We're gonna talk about it. We can bring y'all some evidence. I ain't just running my mouth. But now let's move on.
All right. So now y'all know enough about us, right? So now today's topic.
What we doing?
I'm gonna let you introduce the topic, brother, because it's very controversial. It's super
No,
controversial.
I prefer that you do it.
You prefer I do it?
Yeah, I prefer that you do it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, please.
All right, so me...
and I'm going to do the next one, but I prefer...
Oh, you going to start with me first?
No, go ahead. Do
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this one is controversial, too. So, in the last episode, I let off a little bit more, with the language. I used a lot of, F-bombs. And I'm going to use some more today. I'm just letting y'all know, this is who I am. If you can't accept the truth, fuck it. You shouldn't be paying attention to this. But anyway, so getting back to the fear, right? That's what I want to talk about. Fear is so damaging, and so many people that I've learned about and have interacted with, they are not moving in the direction they want to because of this fear. And, I don't know who coined the phrase. I heard it was Nietzsche who said fear is false evidence appearing real. But it's false, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the evidence of it does not really exist except for within ourselves. So where does that evidence come from? People we typically pay attention to, right?
Yeah.
The most important years of our life is from birth to around 7 or 8. This is when we are sponges. We just soak up everything around us, right? Because we're so new, we're trying to learn how to live and exist in the world. So who are our teachers? Our environment. Who teaches the most? We're supposed to teach us the most is our parents. However, we're not seeing the best teachings.
Okay.
Now last week we did talk about, let's be honest, your parents ain't shit.
Okay.
So mine is a little bit of a continuation on that topic, and I can only use myself. I'm gonna use myself as an example. As much as I love my mother, and as much as I know my mother loved me, my mother was not a blaring example of success. My mother was a blaring example of fear. Again, my mother grew up in rural Mississippi in the 50s and 60s and early 70s. So what she grew up around, she didn't have like no worries. Like, family was on all four corners. She went to school with her family. No gangs, no drugs. She come to Chicago, and it's the exact opposite. So it's a culture shock to go from nothing to all this chaos. So as I'm getting older, the only thing my mother knows how to do is survive. And survival is actually devastating to the mind, because basically what we're teaching is people is how to survive. How come we're not teaching them how to thrive? Survival is based in fear. And fear will lock us down completely. It will completely lock us down. And so it takes a special human being to say, man, fuck this, man. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not following the status quo, because the status quo is what everybody's doing. And the only way to stand out is and this is my acronym for fear, you got to face every apprehension repeatedly. So whatever you think it is that you're afraid of, you got to face it every day, repeatedly, until you disempower it, and then that power leaves it and it comes into you. And now, once again, like we just stated earlier, your energy starts to expand. And then you'll look at that thing that you thought you was afraid of, because it's not in the world, it's only in yourself. But 99.9% of the things we're afraid of is inside our head. And you'll find that your energy will start to obliterate, and you start growing, and you start feeling better about yourself, because that fear is not real. But we make it real because we tell ourselves things that's gonna happen in the future. Oh, I'm gonna look foolish in front of this person. This person gonna say this about me, and they gonna hate me if I walk away from them, and all this bullshit. Let me tell y'all something, and I want y'all to hear hear me when I say this shit. As long as human beings come with a brain, a mouth, a tongue, some teeth, and they can enunciate words, they're gonna express their opinion. It ain't shit you can do about it. Now, with that being said, it's up to you to follow status quo or break out and manifest your destiny, because you were here to be you. You're not here to be nobody else.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer, if everybody is doing the exact same thing, something is wrong with that shit.
Yeah.
That means everyone is fear-based.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking at, especially in the hood. Especially in the hood, everything is survival-based. And I get it.
Yeah. I get it too. I mean, I get it. So oftentimes we get little droplets of fear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bringing the Bible into it, you even hear some fear conversation in the Bible.
Woo.
You know, and it's amazing though. You know, we come from such power, which I'm pretty sure we all agree, because we all come here through this system of a man and a woman. You know. And all of a sudden there's a human being here, but when you get here, the lessons that you're taught, you're not taught a lot of power. You're taught to be careful, which I can understand, but with that carefulness, oftentimes that drips over into the fear lane. And it paralyzes people.
Yep.
You know, you're not winning that being fearful. And well, I'm taking it that most of us know this. So when do we change it? How do we change it?
That's a good question.
I mean, listen, if you're fearful, and I've been seeing some people, and it bothers me to see this type of person. You're here, no, what the fuck you jumping for, man?
Right.
I mean, I thought somebody's coming in here. Okay, but if they come in, as soon as you start being fearful, it's almost like you paralyzes yourself.
Yeah.
You're not going to be thinking in a manner where you can defend yourself, or you're going to be thinking logically, whereas you can get the hell up out of here. You're going to act like the white woman in the movie. You go, like all that bullshit. How do we download the power in you niggas?
Well, I got an acronym for power, right?
Come on.
My acronym, it only got 2 acronyms. I gave you the first one on fear, face every apprehension repeatedly. The second one is personal ownership of wealth, energy, and resources, right? So it's personal, it's yours.
It is.
It was given to you. I'm gonna skip the O for right now. The energy is yours. The wealth is, the wealth is yours. The energy is yours, and we have the resources because we have a brain.
Yep.
And I can tap into your brain. You can tap into mine. We can get a whole coalition of people around us to actualize the power, right? But there's one, that the O in the acronym, ownership. Most people do not own their wealth, energy, and resources. That's why they fucking fail.
But hell, most people don't even own their own thinking, because most people, you need people to think for you. What the television tell you to do, you do. I often have this conversation with people I know. It's amazing to me every year that they come out with what color to wear for the summer. This summer the color gonna be orange, and all you motherfuckers wearing orange. I get it. Everybody like cool colors. I get it if you consider orange to be cool. But it's amazing to me how many people follow suit when somebody announced on television, who are these people that's announcing the color for the summer? And then you see all these people, why you wondering, you ain't wearing this year's color, but why am I wearing that? I mean, all these other colors, I can't pick no other colors.
I'm gonna tell you, y'all niggas are subjective to the power of suggestion all the time. Every time some nigga come out their mouth or something, you listen to it.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it's bullshit. Stop listening to bullshit. How about you listen to somebody that's gonna actually help you get on your path? Again, you came here to be you, nigga, not nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you following somebody else's path and wondering why you ain't getting the shit you want. Nigga, because you ain't being you. That's why.
Yeah. Most people are F students. They fake and fearful, dog.
Hey.
Listen.
Hey.
It is sad.
It's sad.
And the crazy part about it, you can measure whether or not what somebody's telling you is working for you because you know the results you're looking for. If you're not getting the results, what are you doing? Why are you still doing what you're doing, which is not bringing you the results that you're looking for?
Now, I'm gonna say this, like, I'm not gonna tell you that it's not okay to have some healthy fear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You gotta be smart. Yeah. You gotta be smart.
You just can't jump out here all the time and, you know, risk your life and shit like that. You can't do that. But at the same time, you don't have to be over calculated. Like, I have fears. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have a fear of perfection, right? Because some shit happened to me where I ended up $805,000 in debt, right? So I didn't do all my homework, and then bam, I'm $805,000 in debt. I ain't got nobody around me to coach me through this shit, and the pressure is on me. I'm getting phone calls like 13 times a day from like X amount of banks. Like, where our damn money at, nigga? Like, nigga, we can send these feds on your ass. You know, all this bullshit coming at me at the same time.
Yeah.
So the fear was taking over. So my fear turned into perfectionism, which, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, perfectionism is nothing but a synonym for low self-esteem. So that's some shit I'm still working through, but I just recognized this maybe about 2-3 months ago. Why do I feel like I need to know everything before I do anything? Because of that one scenario that happened to me. And I just want y'all, if something like that is happening to y'all, leave it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Maybe I can help you through it, because I'm working through it. But I can be honest with my shit, and that's another reason we can overcome the fear, is about being honest about it.
Yes.
That's how you can overcome it. Hey, this shit got a grip on me, nigga, and I don't know how to let it, I don't know how to get this shit up off me.
Yeah.
But we always want to save fucking face and be like, I'm good. Ah, nigga, you ain't good.
Let me go back to what I said. We fearful and we fake because so many people don't know how to come and let somebody. It ain't got to be letting the world know. Who can you find that can assist you with getting what you need to get to have what you need to have?
Get what you have, what you need to have.
Right. I mean, we all go through stuff. We all, like what you just talked about, you know, going through your little ordeal. We all have these little obstacles that it's very difficult for us to get over.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, you're not fighting the war by yourself.
Absolutely not.
But we got to get on a different path, y'all, because it's looking kind of bad for us.
It's looking real bad, man. The more I'm around people, I be like, and you can't talk to them because I'm not a confrontational type of guy.
Yeah, me neither.
I really don't like confrontation, but if you push me there, I'm not going to run away from it. But I'm not a confrontational guy. And I see some of these dudes and some of these girls, and I'm just like, the seed of redemption is inside everybody. Everybody might have a wake-up moment. Some people don't. The horrible thing about planting a seed in the ground is that all flowers don't bloom. They just don't.
That's true.
So it's not my job to try to water and spread sunlight on everybody. My job is to spread water and sunlight on those who are ready. Because I'm bringing the right temperature to help you want to develop and change. But see, the majority of our fears come from this. And this is what we don't recognize, and what we fail to acknowledge is that when we were born, we were just this blob of human being that had no development. So, of course, when I get out into the world, there's things I don't know. And when I meet someone who looks like they all the way up here and I'm at the damn floor, it intimidates me. So now I don't want to do that. But how do you think they got all the way up here? They had to learn. We got this thing that's 6 inches between our ears called the brain. It can help you get anywhere you want, but we don't use it. So when we don't use it, it goes to sleep.
Yeah.
We become carnal.
Well, it's a lot of people sleep. I mean, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. How do you wake people back up? I mean, because you see it every day.
The only way I know how to wake people up is, and this is something when I coach people, right? So I'm gonna let y'all into my little coaching world. So going back to the statement you made about the truth setting you free, right? So my first question to people when I talk to them is, do you believe that acting on the truth will set you free? Typically, people say yes. Great. So do you believe that by acting on the truth, you will see progress, freedom, advancement, and promotion? They say yes. I'm like, great. So now that you told me that you believe that the truth will set you free, can you tell me, what does the lie do? Crickets.
Yeah.
Because you just answered yes to this, knowing that this leads to the truth, knowing that this leads you out of a situation.
It sets you free.
Set you free.
Yeah.
So when I ask, why are you lying to yourself, or what are you lying to yourself about? Now here comes, oh shit. Damn.
It's almost like embarrassment.
It's very, because human beings don't like looking like liars.
Yeah.
We hate that.
Yeah.
Don't call me a liar. We hate that shit. Do not call me a liar.
Even though you lying.
Even though you a lying ass nigga. Do not call me a liar. So when I ask them, what are you lying to yourself about as to why you're not seeing advancement? They pause. And typically what happens, they get frustrated or they get angry. And those are the two emotions I always want to bring out of people, because that means you're ready to change. When you like, oh man, well, you know, when you blasé about the shit, you ain't ready. You're not ready.
Yeah.
So to me, that's how you turn people around. You got to get them angry and frustrated. It's like you was mad at a woman you was dating. You're like, man, I ain't fucking with her no more, man. I'm done. Shit, this was it. I ain't taking no more of her. And then you walk away and you like, that was the best decision I could have made. That's the same thing when it comes to fear. Because you got to take your power back, but you can't take your power if you're afraid to walk into everything. There's no power in fear. And I'm gonna tell y'all this too. Fear can only speak to us about lies. Fear gonna tell us, don't go into the future. Because what we say all the time, people always say this, you know, tomorrow's not promised. That's a lie. Raise your hand if you skipped the tomorrow yet. Leave a comment below and say, yeah, motherfucker, I skipped the tomorrow. If you ain't skipped the tomorrow, then you can't say tomorrow ain't promised. Only way you can say that, and you ain't never gonna say it, is when that you met your last tomorrow. But tomorrow, they tell us tomorrow's not promised, but the promise is in tomorrow. That's where it's better at. Excuse me. Think about every time you talk about the future, is it not always better? Every time we talk about the future, man, I'm doing this, and I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna have this kind of car. It's always better in the future. But no one has ever told you, go out and grasp the future and bring it to you.
I think most people want power, but most people don't really focus on the fact that your power and your fear can't occupy the same space.
They can't.
So you're gonna have to let go. You can't do both. And I know we probably saying some stuff that some of you all know, but if you know it, when you gonna start doing it?
It's just information. Once again, information is just being intellectual. That's on the dead side of the needle. You gotta take action. Once you move, that motherfucker starts moving. Even if it's the wrong thing to do. At least you're gonna get a result that tells you, hey, that's the wrong thing to do. We can't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes is part of life. But it's about building on that mistake constantly. You growing. And then you know what eventually happens? Bing, you got it right. And once you get it right, now you can handle more obstacles coming at you because you done got it right. But I don't want to keep preaching to y'all. Y'all gonna get it because y'all watching us. And you're gonna tell more people about this. So on that note, brother, let's transition. So my man, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, bro. You know, something I want to talk about. I want to talk about living in America. And I ain't talking about the song from James Brown either, goddammit. I'm talking about us living in America and how it's so different today versus what it used to be back in the day. I think just about anybody that's over the age of 35, what you see today is not what we saw back in the day.
No.
You know, we hear all the time that America is number one. We're the number one country. I don't think the other people on the other side of the world are telling people that they're telling their people that they're number two. I think everybody say that.
I think everybody say that.
So here we go again. Somebody lying. So by us living in the number one country on the planet, y'all, do y'all feel like we're living in the number one country? Do you feel like you in first place? Because number one means first place, right?
Yeah, I mean, you the champion.
Okay, I'm gonna pose a question to you.
Okay.
Tell me, how do you feel today versus what you felt back in the past when you used to just do whatever, going to work, hanging out at the park, going and catch a movie? What's the feeling now when you're outside today versus what it used to be back in the day?
It's way more depressing. It's like I see hopelessness in people's face all the time. Like when I go places, I always like to look in people's eyes and see, because the eyes reveal a lot about people. And I see nothing but depression. I see destitution. I just see hopelessness in the faces of people. I mean, this goes across all races.
Yeah.
Everyone has that exact same fucking look.
Yeah, that beat down.
That beat down look, like I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I'm tired. I'm just in the same rigmarole day in, day out. I ain't got no life of my own. I'm scared to do everything I really want to do because I got 5 children. They depending on me, and I get one salary, and it's hopeless out here. Versus 20 years ago, it seemed like more people was more upbeat.
Yeah,
it's like more people were more upbeat.
Yeah, and I just feel like it was. I mean, the energy was different. Piggybacking on what you're saying, when I interact with people, same thing. There's a shortage in your energy when I feel you now. Versus back in the day, you can feel what's up. People used to speak. People don't speak anymore. I know y'all experienced this. We don't even know how to say hi to each other. Whether it's brother on brother, male, female, nobody says hi to each other because everybody's always looking away, looking down, and they got that defeated look on their face. And it's amazing how, you know, you always hear our government say that we're the number one country, but nobody feels that way. Back in the day, one paycheck took care of the whole family.
Facts.
I remember when gas was 75 cents a gallon. It's the same goddamn gas. Why is it $2 and $3 now? I mean, it's amazing how stuff is. They say supply and demand. Okay, I don't think there's no shortage of supply.
No.
Is the population growing?
No.
Okay, so where all the demand coming from then?
Well, we do have more people on planet Earth, but I don't know if we got the same amount of people in America, though.
Yeah, but you also have a different system as far as people driving, because you have car sharing now.
Yeah.
Back when we was coming up, you had taxi cabs and buses. Now you have Uber, Lyft, taxi cabs, buses. You know what I'm saying? I see people. I'm downtown, like I see grown motherfuckers going to work riding scooters, electric skateboards. I'm not playing. Electric skateboards. And it's kind of cool. My man has a switch, like a little remote control on the skateboard, just like he's surfing down the street. I'm like, wow. So again, I don't think that's ran by gas. That's battery.
I was a train operator, and in rush hour time, it was nothing for me to have up to 1,000 people in an 8-car train.
Yeah.
It was nothing for 1,000 people to be on there. So to your point, yeah, why is gas higher?
Yeah.
You know, when it costs, I don't know if it costs the same, but it's the same kind of gas. It's the same processing to converting oil into gas.
Yeah.
The processing hasn't changed.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, they trying to sell us on. Remember when it was only one kind of gas back in the day?
Yeah.
Now we got 3 grades of
Yeah,
gas.
3 grades.
Like when did that happen?
One
like,
truck, 3 grades. Y'all see this shit?
Yeah, 1 truck, 3 grades.
Yeah, 3 grades. They getting us, y'all. Here we go against my bullshit. And aren't we digging for gas inside America now? And ain't they finding the gas here?
Yeah, in Texas, from what I know, yeah.
What, the gas price ain't going down?
But that's reserves.
Oh, that's the reserve, y'all.
That's the reserve.
Okay, what you do with the old reserves?
They're still reserved.
Okay. Bullshit.
They in reservation right now.
And y'all, we giggling, but it is sad because we oftentimes had this conversation, man. When you're interacting with your own family members, your energy level, I think it all stems from everything that we're involved with every day in America, down to the way we eat food. When you go shopping, I'm not going to say the store because I don't want no lawsuit.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's a certain store when I go to the shop, everybody's there. But when I go in the vegetables and fruit aisle, I'm like, why does the fruit look dingy? It doesn't look as bright, you know, and it doesn't excite me like, man, you see the apples, the potatoes, the oranges, everything. You're like, man, and what's up with seedless watermelons and grapes? Don't the shit he's supposed to have seeds in it?
Aren't we a seed?
Yeah. Ain't that how it started?
That's how it all started.
So it's amazing when I don't eat seedless fruit. Like, you want seedless water? I'll be like, I'm good. I don't want no seedless watermelon. What happened to the seeds? It doesn't look the same. And I think that's part of the reason why we see the energy level being so low. Everybody had this defeated look because there's no more nutrition in the food because you're eating all this food that's grown a different kind of way today versus what it used to be back in the day.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a possibility.
Very possible.
You notice they sell us more sickness now. Back in the day, you didn't hear, and I think I mentioned this in another show. If it wasn't the last one, it was the one before that, where they got a pill for everything. And it's sad, but nobody talks about this stuff. You got an election that's going on now, and everything's about confusion. They can't even get behind one candidate. Everybody lying.
Everybody lying.
Everybody lying. They only want to talk to you every 4 years. So now, black folk, we hear this all the time. Not excluding anybody else. But black folk, we hear this all the time. Your vote count. You need to get, counted in the census. How we know how much money to bring to your area. Y'all see how fucked up these areas are? Where the money at? I didn't fill out census form before. How often? Ain't it every 10 years?
Every 10 years.
So somebody stole our money from the last 10 years.
I drove through my ex-neighborhood. I was like...
Like a bomb hit it, huh?
This thing getting worse. It's like Beirut over there, Joe. But, I mean... It's sad that poverty can reign supreme.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a little clip for y'all. We can't show you the actual video. We're gonna play a clip though that kind of explains it.
It really does.
It was a show on HBO. I don't know if it's still on there, called The Newsroom, and they asked. I will actually do it a disservice by trying to explain it to y'all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this clip, and hopefully y'all can hear it very well. And
what's it about 3 minutes, 4 minutes?
Yeah, it's about 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Yeah. So we're going to play this clip, and hopefully y'all can hear it and share, see what we're talking about over here. So bear with us. So we set it up for you.
Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Well, our Constitution is a masterpiece. James Madison was a genius. The Declaration of Independence is, for me, the single greatest piece of American writing. You don't look satisfied.
One's a set of laws and the other's a declaration of war. I want a human moment from you. What about the people? Why is
Not
America
the greatest country in the world, Professor. That's my answer.
You're saying
yes.
Let's talk about...
Fine. Sharon, the NEA is a loser. Yeah, it accounts for a penny out of our paycheck, but he gets to hit you with it anytime he wants. It doesn't cost money. It costs votes. It costs airtime. Columnations. You know why people don't like liberals? Because they lose. If liberals are so smart, how come they lose it? Always. Hey, and with a straight face, you're going to tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom? Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom. All right. And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what you're talking about. Yosemite?
All right.
I hope y'all heard that.
I hope it was able to record. I really do.
Sure used to be.
Cause
Stood up for what was right.
it's you go ahead.
It's the truth. I mean, oftentimes we talk about this, and going back to Lynn's topic about the fear, one thing you all could do immediately is change the conversation with your group. Whoever you hang around, start with that. Start talking about shit that matters, because oftentimes the stuff we need that matters to us, we don't have, and it all starts with some of the shit we talk about. We talk about and do a lot of shit that don't matter.
Yep.
So I can tell when I'm around a lot of people what you do, oftentimes with your free time, based on what I'm watching. Okay, y'all ain't talking about shit. We got to start talking about some different stuff. I pray to God that y'all was able to hear that clip, because this guy was just hitting him out the park. All of them, he just one by one hitting them out the park. He don't think America's number one. Ain't that what he said?
The crazy thing is, he said what we're number one in.
Yeah. Three areas.
Incarceration.
Yeah.
Military.
Yeah. And being delusional.
And believing in angels.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
Y'all, we got to make some changes, because he cracking up, but hey, listen, we ain't in first place, man. If you ask me, we're not in first place. I felt like that about 20 years ago, but today, I know we got this technology, Facebook. None of that shit matters. None of it matters. It's good, but it's
we lead in delusion. That's
being delusional.
And it's not a knock on if you religious and you believe in, this stuff. It's okay, because that's what you want to believe in. But incarceration
and killing people.
Killing people, going in other people's country and killing them.
Exactly.
Now other people gonna say, well, they need to because they got dictatorships and shit. I ain't over there. I don't know shit. I don't know a goddamn thing about what's going on in some other place in the world, man. I don't know.
And when you hear that, how oftentimes do y'all see the people out in the street telling us to come help us? You never see that shit. But we get that conversation from the government when they want to go over there and do what they're going to do.
Now, I'm going to say that we're definitely not leading. Let me figure out the best way to word it. The poverty situation here is ridiculous. We live in Chicago. Man, the stuff I see, I'd be like, oh my goodness. How do these people survive the winter here? Thankfully, it was a very mild winter. We only had like maybe 4 or 5 cold days. Super cold days this whole entire winter. But I'm seeing these people, they living under these viaducts, and all you see is tents and blankets and these bags filled with whatever. That's sad when you're the number one country. It's sad to see that. You can't help everybody. You just can't. And some of these people chose to be that way because they like, I don't want to have nothing to do with a world like that. I just figured it out on my own. Some people are not choosing to be homeless. I was in LA, and I don't know if you ever seen
the homelessness out there.
Skid Row out there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Homeless people in downtown LA sleeping on the pavement in the middle of the day. I'm like, wow, this is nuts.
And I see it here. I see it downtown Chicago. Definitely underground, Lower Wacker.
Oh yeah, Lower Wacker.
I see it all day long.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And let me say this: I don't think that you should be punished when you decide as an adult to go and try to better yourself. And if it doesn't work, why do you have to stay in that "I'm lost forever" line? You know, I mean, there should be some way where we could kind of fit people back in society, whereas they won't have to be out here struggling. I give you a situation that I experienced yesterday. I'm in a restaurant, getting a couple of tacos. I was in line, there was a white gentleman in front of me. I saw an older gentleman, black gentleman, older, come in the restaurant. He had to be in his 70s. He walked in, I looked at him, I'm like, okay, something ain't right. I could tell, of course, by his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
He don't look like the old 70-year-old people, 60-year-old people we see back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He needed assistance. He walked in. Since the white man was standing up closer to him, he asked the white guy, do you mind buying me something to eat? I don't have nothing to eat. I'm homeless. These are the only clothes I have. I'm trying to get money for my medicine. I can't even get money for my medicine, but I'm hungry. And the white guy bought him a taco. And I'm like, So I went in my pocket, of course, I'm gonna give him some money on the way out. So when the guy, white gentleman, paid for him to get something to eat, and he left. So the guy called me up next. So of course, when I got to the counter, the older gentleman, do you mind helping me, sir? I slid him some money. See what I'm saying? We shouldn't be having to pay for the old guy. Very nice old gentleman. He wasn't up in there being disrespectful. Why is he being punished and he's in his 70s? He can't even buy a taco, y'all. Oh, we the number one country though. What the fuck are we bragging about when we ain't got shit to brag about? And again, I let me repeat myself. I swear I hope y'all was able to hear that clip we played because he was dead on with what he said. We leading 3 motherfucking categories, 3. And all of them ain't shit to brag about. Living in America, y'all, this is not what it used to be. I don't know when we're going to turn it around, but I can tell you right now, it is not going in the right direction, in my opinion.
In my opinion, either. It's definitely not going in the right direction. But I will say that viewers like yourself who share the same ideology or some of the same ideology that we have to be the ones that make the change. You know, the government isn't going to change things until they see the people rally around it.
Yeah.
You know, a prime example is when you look at what the Black Panther program, when they would feed the children before they went to school in the morning. You know, the government didn't have no free
Lunch program.
lunch programs,
Yeah.
right, for children until the Black Panthers. It's a small semi-military group
Yeah.
that they said caused the problem, but yet you adopted that
You stole the
ideology.
idea.
You know,
Yeah,
you stole the idea and implemented it into society. Now, how many more good things can we do to help the people? Because man, if we don't start treating each other like we're living in communities, it's over. Long as we got this dog eat dog and I got mine, you better get yours type shit going on, man, it ain't nothing but suffering at the end of that. Nothing. As someone who done starved for 14 days, no lie, I went 14 days with nothing to eat. And I don't call that a fast because it wasn't intentional. It was accidental. I went 14 days without eating. And on the 15th day, I had to go stand in the line at the Department of Human Services to get a link card. I still got the card in my wallet. If you don't believe me, I keep this as a reminder of what I'm never going back to. And and what turned my life around, because I was wondering, like, man, what did I do? How did I get here? It's the card, y'all. I never take it out of my wallet. And so I wondered, like, man, what did I do to get here? And so what happened, what turned my life around was when I got there at the Department of Human Services to get on Link, I was embarrassed because I'd never seen my life going in that direction. And when I got there, I got my number, I sat down, and there was a woman who called me by Lynn. And I'm like, man, who ain't know me, man? So, you know, I'm like, oh.
You ready to run out the door.
I'm like, man, who didn't know me, man? So she comes and sits down next to me, and she's looking at me. She's like, you don't remember me, do you? I said, no. She said, you lived at such and such on the 3rd floor, and me and my mother lived on the 1st floor. I'm like, man, this woman do know me. So, you know, she steady talking. And I'm not listening to her because I'm in my mind trying to figure out who this woman is.
Yeah, I get it.
And then I figured it out, And I went back to a conversation my mother had with me. She was like, she's an alcoholic. She out here hoeing. And she on crack. Now, I ain't never did none of that. But her and I were at the same place at the same time, getting the exact same thing. And then at that moment, I said, quote unquote, being a good person ain't got shit to do with this. Ain't got nothing to do with it. It's a lot of good people. Just like that 70-year-old man you said, walked in there. Being good ain't got nothing to do with it, man. It's about being in having a community of people to help and support one another so those type of things don't happen. 200 years ago, you would never put a family member in a senior home.
No.
You would never discard them.
No.
Never.
But it's profitable now.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why I'm even bringing up the topic, living in America, because again, maybe some of you who are under 35 years of age who don't have that upline when people could tell you these stories, because we share these stories with our family. Everybody under 35 get these stories, and they still live it now. So we still have a family unit, but unfortunately, I don't see a lot of that. And it's crazy when we're saying this, some of you all probably never seen it or heard this before, but America, I don't care where you live, even in the inner cities, it was more of a family unit. Again, if I lived on the block and you lived on the block, my family gonna feed him. His family gonna feed me. I'm going to the baseball game with his parents. He's going, this is how it was. Oh, if I'm over my friend's house and it's dinner time, wash your hands, son. Let's eat. Everybody eat.
Yep, everybody eat. Yep.
Now, everybody, you gotta go home. It's time for us to eat.
Like, who that nigga?
Right. That's your next door neighbor. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Can't stay here.
Yeah, we got 50 chicken wings, but you still can't have nothing, nigga. I mean, it's sad. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, y'all, how do we get back to the glory days? Because what we are experiencing now is not what it used to be. And even what we're talking about from back in the past, we're not talking about living on the high end. We didn't come from no enormous world where our parents just was rolling in dough. They were able to survive, and it felt like heaven.
Yep.
Everybody on the block was supportive. Nobody was backstabbing each other. Everybody had everybody's back. I remember once upon a time, you could leave your bike in the backyard. Well, ain't nobody stealing your bike. You can't do it now.
Can't do it now.
Hell, I used to sleep in the backyard sometime. I won't do it now.
It's too thirsty out here, man. Where I stay at, it was a homeless guy. And this was last summer. He didn't bother nobody. And what he used to do, he used to sleep in the park. Do you know these no good ass niggas? It was like 5 or 6 of them jumped on him, man, just because he was homeless. Cracked his ribs and all this shit. Put him in the hospital. Like, this dude don't do nothing to nobody. But that's because y'all nutting ass parents out there raising these nutting ass children, and because you got a nothing ass philosophy on life, it's all selfish. And that's basically what America's turned into. It's turned into something selfish.
But you see it every day, reality TV. And it's amazing. You all, please try this. Try some different conversation when y'all sit down. Just start talking about shit that matters. Watch how interesting and fun and exciting it is. As opposed to talking about shit that you see power.
I don't know what power is.
I mean, it's amazing. People was getting upset with me because I didn't watch the television show Power. I don't believe you don't watch that. And I'm like, I'm not criticizing it. It may be the best show ever. I just don't really watch. Like we talked about this once before. He and I, we don't really watch a lot of television. I just don't. I can find some other shit to do with my time. And again, the reason why we're talking about this is because a lot of us need to find some other shit to do with our time.
Absolutely.
Because we're not winning, y'all.
Not at all.
And when do you understand that you're being led to lose? You're being led to lose because you're not winning. And you can go and inspect yourself and inspect all your earnings and all the stuff that you got, what you're projected to get over the next 2 to 5 years, because you should be able to kind of predict that. And if what you projected to get over the next 2 to 5 years ain't looking like what you need to have, okay, when do we start to turn this corner to get the shit that you need to have living in America?
I'm gonna say this to that point. So every year, we have how much inflation happened over the course of the year, right?
Mm.
So on average, inflation ranges between 3 to 3.25% a year, right? So, and plus taxes, so that's like another, 3/4, right? So basically, everything goes up between about 4% a year, right? Now, if you know that and you're not trying to improve your life, that means you're falling behind. I mean, that's why gas ain't 75 cents no more.
Yeah.
That's why your rent ain't $100 no more. That's why a loaf of bread ain't 10 cents no more.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah.
But if I don't know that I need to do something to create something for me so I can stay ahead of inflation, because typically, let's just be honest, most people's problems are financial.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it's financial is because we've been given the wrong information about money.
Mm-hmm.
We've been given the wrong information about how to get money. We've been given the wrong information about how we think. We've been given the wrong information about how to act in society.
But you know what you said? You said most problems are financial, which is true. A better way to word it, you've been educated wrong.
Absolutely.
Because everything you just said has to do with education.
Absolutely.
Your finances. I mean, how you conduct business with yourself.
Yeah.
Most of us don't conduct business with ourselves, and I know it when I see you.
Most of us have no money in the bank for savings. Most of us don't.
Yeah. Let's be generous. Most people have about $500 or less in the bank, and that ain't no money. And not trying to be funny.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
Right, but back in the day, it was easier to save because I remember once upon a time, because I come from that where one salary took care of the whole family. There were 8 of us in my family. When we started, 6 kids, mother, father. 8 of us. One salary, more than enough. Got everything you need, got your clothes, house, food always in the house, taking the vacations every year, going to Great America. We did all that shit off one salary. You can't tell me that motherfuckers got to work 2 jobs, and some people got to work Uber after working the 2 jobs, so you got 2.5 jobs just to try to keep your head above water now. But we living in America, we're not one country. That's why I came up with the topic again, living in America. What's going on, y'all? Again, anybody under 35, it's probably hard for you to really stomach this, but This is what it used to be. One salary, and I'm not the only person. I come from a neighborhood where one salary was taking care of most homes on the block. And the other parent was there, whether it be the male or the female that wasn't working. Everybody had each other's back. Come out here, block club party. Anybody been to a block club party lately?
If I go to a block club, I'm scared. Like, where them niggas at right there?
We had block clubs every summer. Block club parties. Block club party. Some of y'all may not know what that is. Google it. Shit, I ain't got time to tell you. Anyway, but y'all, we gotta get better. We gotta get better.
I'm gonna say this. It's 4 things that will make us majorly successful once you get past your fears, and this could actually make America great again. I'm just gonna say
okay.
This could actually make America great again if it ever was great for other people, who went through bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So, being a public speaker, knowing how to communicate thoroughly with people can help you. Knowing how to market yourself through how you learn how to speak to people. Knowing how to sell what you have. Everyone has an idea. Everybody has a gift that they got a lid on top of, and they scared to blow the lid off.
I agree.
They scared to blow the lid off because they don't want to be looked at a certain kind of way. You trying to still maintain your fucking friends. Man, fuck them niggas if they ain't on what you want. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And number 4, because them 3 gonna make you the money. Knowing how to speak, knowing how to market knowing how to market your idea, and knowing how to sell your idea. That's gonna make you the money, but you gotta know what to do with the money. And the money ain't just to buy things. The money is to put into other things that make more money, so you can, when you sleep, you're making more money. They don't teach that in school. And I can't tell y'all how to do it because I'm working on it myself. But I can tell you those 4 things work. You gotta know how to communicate though. And this is the bad rap about rap music, in pun intended. These niggas is teaching y'all how to mumble y'all way through life, and then when you get out in these fucking streets, can't nobody understand a fucking word you talking about. Cause you speaking some foreign ass language. But they convincing you to be immature. That's the path to be on. Young baby, little baby, young nigga, little nigga, young thug, baby nigga. All this shit is just, it's immaturity, man. I would never, look, I don't want to go back to being fucking 20. No, I'm a child at 20. I'm a child at 25. The brain don't stop developing until you're 25. That's when the brain stops developing. And it has something called the socialized mind. Before you hit 25, you're trying to find yourself in everything. So you're trying to look around like, oh, I like that, I'm gonna do that. I don't like that, I'm gonna do that. You're trying to find yourself. But then you have to grow into the authoritative mind. And I got this from this guy, he's a doctor named Robert Keegan. He wrote a book called Immunity to Change. And the authoritative mind means when you come into yourself.
Okay.
When you say, this is who I am, you know what I'm saying? But most people don't grow into who they are because they're still in their 30s, 40s, and 50s trying to be like somebody else who ain't never did shit. Ain't never did shit.
And I'm in agreement with what you're saying, but also we go back to what we stated before. Why you finding out who you are when you're 25 or 30? You done been on the planet for a quarter of a century. Again, it's easy to find out what somebody got gifts in. I don't care if it take you to the age of 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10. You can kind of start figuring stuff out because we number one country, right? We should be able to figure shit out. But why is it taking another 20 years to figure out that this cat is a phenomenal artist, whether it be art, music, clothing, whatever it is, where he can make some kind of a positive, deposit in society. And maybe he can influence other people, but maybe they don't want other people to be influenced.
Well, another thing is because, and this goes back to the fear conversation, everybody got red lights in their life. And they turn the car on, but they won't take their foot off the brake. So you gotta run the stop signs, run the red lights, take your foot off the brake, man. This is when you're gonna start seeing actual change in yourself. And it's difficult because we surrounded by people who are not what we consider to be successful a lot of times. But if you gotta be the pioneer, man, you better take them arrows in your fucking back. You gotta take a chance on you because you only get one shot at life. Tomorrow is not promised to 1 degree because no one knows when they're gonna check out of here. That's the only way it's not promised. But I'ma always live like I'm gonna be here forever. That's just me. Until tomorrow proves me wrong. And you gotta take a chance on yourself.
Yeah.
So if you wanna make America good, make yourself better.
Yeah.
Educate yourself on the things you need to know. And I'm telling y'all, public speaking, communication, sales, marketing, and finance. Those 4 things can solve a lot of problems, but you got to educate yourself on how to do those things.
And for those of you who don't know how to educate yourself, reach out to people. You've heard Lynn and I talk about being willing to assist people. And it becomes frustrating sometimes because some people are lost. And not that we're mad, but it is frustrating.
It's frustrating. Yeah.
It is because you want people to win. Like myself, I'm not confrontational. I love to see people win. I love that. So if we can assist you with that, please, by all means, reach out to us where we can assist you.
Absolutely.
But we got to get out of this losers bracket because that's where we are. And I know we keep talking about America say they're the number one country, but you see your results. We don't have to tell you how you living. If you're not winning, you're not on the number one team. You're here, you're just taking up space. And it's sad because it's plenty of opportunities, not just in America, but around the globe. Y'all, this technology thing right here, it connects us. Let's find a smart way to connect with the rest of the world so we can start winning, whether it's here or in any other country you decide to live in after you realize you ain't winning in the number one country.
Absolutely. So, yo, on that note, man, this has been I think an awesome episode. We want to know what y'all think about it. So, man, hit that like button. Leave a comment, subscribe. We want to know what y'all think. We want to interact with y'all. And man, we're going to come back with another flaming hot topic on the next episode of Start Ugly, but don't stay there.
Don't stay there.
It's okay to start ugly. We get it. Everyone starts ugly. I know your breath probably stinking right now, but it's okay. You can go in the bathroom, hit them chops with that toothbrush and toothpaste. But man, you're going to start ugly. But the goal is to not stay ugly. So man, we look forward to seeing y'all next week on the next episode. And again, leave a comment so we can interact with y'all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell your people. We look forward to doing this all the time. Thank y'all very much. My name is Tez.
Big Mob.
We're gonna check y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Deuces.